Intro to Vectors. I have sent you guys an email which contains a 4-page AI template to be working on. If you could please download it and put it in a folder called Intro to Vectors on your desktop so that it is easily accessible. It should look like this. So I'm just going to double click on the folder, and here we have Intro to Vectors pentool.ai. AI stands for Adobe Illustrator. It's an Adobe Illustrator working file. This will be a file when you are working as a graphic designer. An AI file is your working master. This is where you make all your changes. This is where you do all your work. And once you are happy with the result, you would save it as a clean PDF, an EPS, etc. But your AI file is for you. It's a completely editable file. So we're just going to double click to open it up. Alternatively, you can click and drag it to Adobe Illustrator. I'm just going to double click and open it up. Here we go. This is our 4-page document. Oops, I'm just going to shut down my layers. There we go. 4-page document. As so, we are going to, so just to navigate around your artboard, zooming in, you can use your trackpad on your laptop, so separating your fingers to zoom in, pinching your fingers to zoom out, or if you are using a mouse, you can use the scroll in and out. Alternatively, to zoom in, you can use this little magnifying glass here, and you click and drag to zoom into the section you would like to see more clearly. To move around the document whilst it's zoomed in, you hold down spacebar and you can click and drag to visit other parts of the documents. Or you can use 2 fingers on your trackpad, whatever the setting is for your trackpad. So, like so. Good. Now we are going to be working with the pen tool. The pen tool is located in the toolbar on the left. Should you not have a toolbar, like so, you could go to Windows, scroll down to Toolbar, and select Advanced. Perfect. So this is the toolbar. It should be 3rd down on the left. The shortcut for this is the letter P. There we go. And here we have a pen with a little star. I've created here a legend for you so that you can see the meaning of each of the pen tool and their symbols. You can also click down here and have access to a couple of those. So I'm just going to show you. So the star means it's beginning a new shape, like this, up. And then the little circle means closing a shape. Perfect, like this. Go. So I'll just zoom in. Voila. So the circle means closing a new path. The plus and the minus are adding new anchor points in existing path and deleting existing anchor points on an existing path. You'll also find this / symbol here. So when we are drawing a line, for example, and moving on to something else, we press escape to sever the line, and we want to continue this line, we hover our begin new path pen tool over the last node and you should see a /. So you click on that node and it continues the path. Otherwise, oops, escape, otherwise you just start a new shape. And then this little caret symbol here, a little bit further on when we are working with curves, this changes the angles of the handles that we use to create the curves. Also, you will note here that this symbol, the little pen tool that I'm using, is without caps. If we push on cap locks, we get this symbol, which means we have a lot more control over the point where we want to anchor that anchor point. We are just going to use the traditional pen symbol, which is without caps, for today's lesson. Also, here you've got your color panels. This one the square symbolizes the lined square symbolizes the stroke, so the outline, and this one is the fill color. Because we are just creating line works today, we need to remove the fill color from this, so we're going to select none. And then just to make sure that everything is in order, we're going to keep the stroke fill to the outside. So just click on it so that this square is forward. I'm just going to get rid of this panel, so we get a clean working desk. Now, pen tool, select your pen tool, so press P or press the little pen. Now we're going to click on number 1, release, and hold shift. Holding shift creates a straight line. So in graphic design programs, generally confines the shape, holding shift generally confines the shape to a straight line, usually horizontally, vertically, or at a 45-degree angle, like so. So we're going to hold down shift and bring it out to number 2 and click and release. Double click escape so that we just make sure that line is severed. There we go. We have made our first line. Congratulations. So now we are going to create a zigzag line. This one is pretty simple because these are all at a 45-degree angle. So I'm going to start here by clicking for my anchor point, and I'm going to hold down shift the entire time. So holding down shift, click, shift, click, shift, click, shift, click. So you notice that these are all at the 45-degree angles. Shift, click, shift, click, shift, click. I'm just using 2 fingers to scroll across, but I'm not clicking anything. Now, if I didn't hold down shift, I would have a little bit more control over where that line is, but holding down shift assures that I'm doing a 45-degree angle. So I'm just not going to hold down shift and show you that I have a little bit more control over those lines. Here we go, shift, but I want the perfect 45-degree angle. Shift, click, shift and click. Escape so that we sever that line. And now I'm going to show you what happens when you want to close the shape. Now we're going to start here. We're not going to hold down shift this time because this is not at a 45-degree angle. So I'm just going to click down here. Number 1, click and release. Number 2, click and release. Click and release. Click and release. Click, 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 click. It's like a dot to dot. Number 10, and then coming into number 11, we click back on the first point and we see this little circle beside my pen tool, which means I'm closing the shape. Voila, perfect. So if you could practice these whilst sharing your screen so that I can help you out, that would be great. And then we'll move on to closed curved lines.